Hey guys, Scott back with a new beer dissection video. What I have today is from Sloop Brewing Company, Juice Bomb IPA. Okay, I don't know why I always stick the can in front of the camera, like not as if I'm not going to have it sitting over my shoulder in a picture here coming up. It's an unfiltered India Pale Ale. They are out of, I'm going to say Hampton, New York. Hopewell Junction, New York. Hampton, New Hampshire. Okay, so those of you up in the New England, probably know this brewery pretty well. I've never had this. It's coming at 6.5% alcohol by volume, of course. And they say an IPA with all the juicy, citrusy flavors of American hops. So we'll see. Like I said, I've seen this beer. It took me a while to get it. It's weird. The one store I have delivering some beer to me, they always seem to be out of it. So they seem to have it this time. So I'm hoping it is okay. Store cold, drink fresh, Juice Bomb IPA, Northeastern IPA. So this is definitely going to be expecting to be looking like a New England IPA, hazy, juicy, hence Juice Bomb. And we will see. All right, so other than that, I won't, belabor the point here too much. Let's crack this bad boy open. We'll take a look at it. Remember, with New England IPAs, usually, I don't know the entire grist on every brewery, but a lot of times to get that haziness, they're using some unmalted wheat, oats in there, as well as all the hop matter. The polyphenols from the hops and hop matter will create a lot of that haze in there. So let's take a look. I just wanted to smell it out of the can because I think I was getting a whiff of it as I was just cracked it open. It seemed like I was like downwind to the hops. Okay, so let me hold back a little bit there. Let this settle in here. So let's take a look at the head. I got it just in a typical tulip pine here. So we got 3-4 inches. I mean, I pour aggressively, so that's the reason why we have that. I usually try to keep it around 1 to 2 inches, but 3 inches of head here, white to light tan head. The beer's definitely got that hazy look. It looks a little darker on camera. The vantage point I'm looking at it as I'm talking here, but it's kind of like a medium straw kind of color to, at the very most, a light gold, but very opaque. That typical hazy, juicy look on my end. Almost like if you took flour and dumped it in water, it kind of gives you that kind of white look. And that's pretty classic for New England hazy IPAs. 30 years ago, people would scoff at these beers, but we know New England and hazy IPAs, juicy IPAs have been around for a while now, so we're all kind of used to it at this point. Let me get back to the head, because I got nice frothing there, which is nice. I kind of compare it to kind of having a, sometimes I've mistakenly said Miracle Whip, but it's not Miracle Whip, like more like Cool Whip with cream, meringue-like on top, which is really nice. I like on most of my beers. The protein structure helps sustain some of that head. But again, the beer, it looks a little darker on camera. I don't know how it's going to come out when I edit this, but it's not dark like as I would be surprised with oxidation from just sheer looks of it, but it does have that, medium straw, maybe darker straw color to the beer, but it definitely has that hazy opaqueness to it. Okay, let's take a sniff of the aroma. Ooh, yeah, talk about fruit. Juice Bomb, without a doubt on the nose. Heavy on the grapefruit. There's a little bit of like mango. So maybe like a little bit of tropical fruit, mango. Overall, though, pleasant, very pleasant. I mean, you definitely get that, when I'm thinking of a juicy New England IPA on the aroma, this is kind of what I'm expecting, And again, I never had this beer, so never knew what the bias would be towards, but definitely grapefruit, mango. I even get like a little white grape in there. Really nice. No pine. I don't really get any pine on this. Okay, but it smells pretty good, guys. So anyway, I'm just going to get right to it. Let's take a swig of this. Cheers. Again, remember, this is Sloop Juice Bomb. Oh yeah. I didn't mention on the nose, typical malt, like white bread, doughy, um, flour, kind of very neutral malt. On the taste, the same thing. That's what I'm getting on the taste buds on the malt profile. Definitely heavy with like kind of a grapefruit biased IPA, grapefruit juice, I guess. Something's pithy. Sometimes you get that little tartness from like almost like you were sucking on the pith of a grapefruit. But there is like that, I can't, it's hard to describe. I don't know if I want to lean more mango or peach, like stone fruit. But overall, it tastes good. And I still, get that like white grape kind of taste to it too. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought maybe this was, I ordered from a store that in the past they've disappointed me. I would get like old beer. I checked the can here beforehand. We're within reason here. Bitterness, moderate, which again, that's what you'd expect with New England IPA. We're not looking, even though it's heavily hopped, they don't use a lot of bittering hops. So the bitterness is usually quite low and refreshing. And remember, if you've watched my videos, those of you who follow me pretty regularly, you've heard this before. Unlike West Coast IPAs, which usually has a lot more pronounced to assertive bitterness, this is kind of this moderate. If someone wanted to say pronounced, I wouldn't argue with them, but it's kind of lower. No alcoholic warmth. I said it's 6.5% or so. I wouldn't get that. Drinking pretty smooth. And what I like about this, compared to a lot of other New England IPAs, sometimes they're just too cloyingly sweet. This is actually drinking pretty easily. It's not like it is juice bomb, no doubt. No false advertising, but it is drinking a little drier than normal, which, again, when I say than normal, doesn't mean it's a knock to the beer. I actually enjoy it because sometimes it's just too over the top, like you really have fruit juice and you're being popped in the face and you can only have like one or two if it's in those 16-ounce cans and you're like, I've had enough, I have to go to something else. This is actually drinking pretty smooth, pretty nice. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. But again, I would say I'm trying to just see if I can be a little bit more solid on whether it's more like tropical fruit mango, a little more stone fruit peach, but you may not care about that. It definitely has a bias towards grapefruit, white grape, mango peach. I'll let you guys decide on that. But overall, I'm enjoying it. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this can. And like I said, I think because it's not the mouthfeel on it, it's kind of the body on, I should say, is low to medium. I should say low body. It's kind of more medium bodied. But like a lot of these New England IPAs, I almost get tired of doing my channel when I get some of these New England IPAs. They're like sludgy in a sense. Like they're just so full-bodied, whatever. Like I got a mouthful of hot matter and juice in my mouth. This is actually a little drier. This is one I could drink, 2 or 3 and really have no problem with it, especially at 12 ounces. But I'm really enjoying it. So, if you enjoy grapefruit biased New England IPA with maybe a little hint of, stone fruit peach, mango, maybe a little white grape, you would enjoy this. And it's not cloyingly sweet. It actually drinks a little drier than many New England IPAs that I've had. It's not like a 10%, so you could probably have a few without really going nuts. I think I had picked up a 6-pack. It wasn't like served in those 16-ounce 4-packs. It was pretty economical. So anyway, guys, grade-wise, I'm definitely going to give this a good, listen, I'm going to say A-. There are better when I say A-, there are better New England IPAs out there. Equilibrium, which I always mention, Hill Farmstead, who makes the green and the orange, Julius, I'm drawing a blank on them. Those are more substantial, better New England IPA. So I'll keep, but this is for overall drinkability, enjoyability. It's a good A-, and it better than many I have, especially those that are being served in like 4-packs. And I don't know how big Sloop Brewing Company is. Maybe they're I don't know how many. I say always hectoliters because everything I read uses hectoliters, even though I probably couldn't convert a hectoliter from a gallon or a barrel. Even though a barrel is usually about 31 gallons. System, really good. I would have no problem and enjoy the rest of the 6-pack, or maybe share it with some people. And that's it. I mean, I was going to, like I said, so if I was going to compare it to, so overall drinkability, A-. If I was comparing to other beers, maybe B+, especially if it was other New England IPAs that are out there. But I'd have no problem picking this one up and drinking the rest of it. And I'm really enjoying it. Especially my first one from this brewing company, even though I've seen it around for a bit. I just never really buckled down and got it. All right, guys, so today's beer dissection was Juice Bomb from Sloop Brewing Company, their New England IPA, unfiltered India Pale Ale, and you can pretty much tell, even though I'm almost done with the first glass here, you can see that it's not really unfiltered, or it isn't filtered, so that there's going to be some hot matter and stuff laying around in there. So anyway, guys, to the next beer dissection video or any beer video in general, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.